we doing, folks? Welcome to Manic Monday Part 2. I'll jot down below Part 1 so you can check it out. I really talked a little bit more about the class in depth. Basically, we got no weapons and we could only pick up a weapon. I made it so that I pick up the first person I kill. I pick up his weapon. I try to go in ham right there for the beautiful Tomahawk to the dome down the middle. And I got nothing but thin air. That's okay though. We're gonna do a little bit better this game. Part 1 is normally my first game, my first impressions. This time I changed it around. It wasn't really the first game, but it was a fun game where I thought we could learn a lot and have some fun with. And Part 2 is always the game where I go ham. The game where I think I really took it to another level right here. The game where hopefully, Christian, you're satisfied with my performance right here with the setup. And I always include that because, I really appreciate you guys' feedback on this. Like I said, I got a ton of requests, a ton of classes that I could do, so it's always fun. I always want to make sure that I put it up to good standards, and I always say this one is the one that takes the most time for me to do, especially playing through, obviously, because normally it's classes that I'm not too familiar with, not too used to. And check out the poor knifing right there, but hey, we made up for it. And then we picked up the PD dub suppressed with the laser sight. This might seem familiar to you guys. I'm gonna jot down below a video where we do some damage with this thing. This is my baby right here. I love it. Thank you very much. And the bacon camel looks kind of good on it, I'm not gonna lie. So I always like to make sure that these videos are up to par. I don't want to disappoint. So they take a little bit longer, so I really appreciate your feedback on this. Let's talk about, first off, I want to talk about the dragon, which we see right there with the guy's calling card, which I mentioned briefly in the past video. So I think it's about 2 weeks ago at this point, maybe a week, bro. But they dropped these new camos, the dragon and the cyborg. Which, by the way, the cyborg looks kind of hot, man. I've never even considered buying any of these camos until I saw that cyborg one. I was like, damn, it's kind of dope. It's flashy, it's cool, it's hot. I don't really know what else to tell you guys about. Cyborg is hot. The dragon is alright, but the cyborg is hot. Anyway, I was amazed when I started doing that. I think they dropped on a Thursday or a Wednesday, something like that. And that's when I started working on this Manic Monday class. When I picked it out and I was like, I got the day off from work. Let me check this out. Let me try some Manic Monday footage. And every gun I picked up, in that first game on Vertigo, every gun I picked up was a Dragon or a Cyborg. Dragon or a Cyborg. Dragon or a Cyborg. And I was like, wow, man. Like, first off, I didn't even know it dropped until, I saw that. And I was like, let me check when this dropped. I was like, oh, this dropped, a couple hours ago. And that Tomahawk just goes to that dude's legs, I guess. I suck with Tomahawks. But they just dropped. I was like, wow, everyone's got it. That's crazy. Let me give you my spiel on DLC, man. It's something that's gonna be around. It's a moneymaker, and I missed right there with the Tomahawk, and luckily I managed to get him with the knife before I did not have any video to present to yourself for me just being an idiot. Anyway, the DLC. It's a necessity that's going to be with us for, the rest of the time. Why? Because it's the easy way for these guys to make money. It also allows them to keep the game fresh. So it's got its pros, it's got its cons. I think the pros in the end outweigh its cons when it comes to map packs and when it comes to stuff like that. It's cool that they could drop new map packs. Now, I'm not cool if, and I never really found this answer out yet. I'm not cool, and hopefully if you guys know, make sure you let me know. I'm not cool if the maps that they give us now are maps that they come up with, as they play through the game, later on in development. Or if it's just maps that they discard at first. They're like, we're not going to include this. And then they decide to include it. I hope it's the first rather than the latter. Because if it's the latter, then it's really disappointing. Then it's really they're really playing this out over here to take your money later on. That's not as fun. And right there, lightweight at its finest right there. You saw I managed to duck around that corner. I wouldn't have done that without lightweight. I would have been dead. Lightweight, man. Make sure you use it. And I can also Tomahawk people that don't move. That's always good. In that regard, DLC is a little bit fishy for me. But I do appreciate the new map packs. I do appreciate the game fresh. I do appreciate when they add new game modes. That's all cool. Now, the personalization packs, I'm also okay with. But I'm not going to get them. I'm not the demographic that's going to get them. I have no interest in getting new camos. Once I get my diamond out after all that, and look at this escort drone trying to kill me. Come on, man. You're on my team. But I work on my diamond camos. I busted my ass to get them. That's what I'm rocking. I'm not going to over here all of a sudden start rocking no party rock thing or no zebra print or bacon, whatever. But I'm not the demographic doing that. Kudos to them, that there's people buying them. But just think about this, man. It's like $1.50, $2 for each one of those. They're really cheap. If you buy one. Now, if you buy 5, that's $10. That's already a little bit more of an investment. But for these guys, $2, and look how many people have gotten them. I mean, this is a huge cash crop. Good for Activision, good for Call of Duty, good for them for managing to sell that, good for people buying them, whatever. Do whatever you want. It's a free world. I'll get a little bit more nervous when we start selling guns, for example. And I hope they never do this. I doubt that they will, because that'll upset the real balance of the game. But when, you know, all of a sudden you could pay $5 for a unique weapon, or $5 for a unique attachment, or maybe there's this perk that you could get if you download this DLC or something like that. And they kind of did it with the Peacekeeper and whatnot, but I mean, it's not, the Peacekeeper wasn't anything too groundbreaking that it kind of shook if you didn't have it. Like, it wasn't like, oh my god, I have a Peacekeeper, I'm so much better than you. So, I'd be wary with that. Let's go back to the Manic Monday class right here. I titled the video Bootlegged Specialist. That's really what they wanted to get into right here. I really love the specialists for Modern Warfare 3. Modern Warfare 3 was an okay game for me. It was good. I enjoyed it. It had its perks. Check this guy out right there. Never, never, never take that gunfight right there. The one where he's in the garage and you're down there, he's got a height advantage, he's got a line of sight advantage, he's got all the advantages, son. All you're gonna do is die there. Don't take it. So Specialist. It was one of the few things about Warfare 3 that I was really like, yeah, this thing is good, I hope they keep it. And then, you know, as is traditionally Call of Duty, they don't keep it. And talk about Peacekeepers, there we go, we got ourselves one. Let's check it out. So Specialist basically was you traded in your kill streaks for perks. So every time you kill somebody, you get a perk instead of, you know, getting a kill streak. Now, at first, I wasn't the biggest fan of this. I'm a big fan of assault kill streaks. I'm an assault kind of guy. I want to kill you. I want to earn my kill streaks to kill you. And I think that's kind of the way that Call of Duty has gone ever since it's broke through the 357 mode, where now you have so many other kill streaks. I hated the support system. That was just garbage. The fact that you could get like 18 kills and get an EMP, no, that's just ludicrous. But the Specialist was something I really enjoyed, because the Specialist was fun. And allowed you to get the nuke stuff, allowed you to feel invincible for a little while. And this is the closest you get to a Specialist right here. You know, I got a bunch of perks right here. I can have up to 6 perks. I mean, you can't have them all, but I can have up to 6. Better than nothing. And you better just pray like I did in this video. I picked up some good guns. I picked up a PDW. I picked up a Peacekeeper. So overall, some pretty good weapons right there. As you know, previous video I was picking up dual Cat 40s, which I did do some damage with, and picking up DSR. So it's interesting. The difficulty with this though is obviously you don't know what you're gonna get. And the cool thing about this this setup and challenging thing was you're really playing a different game every time you pick up a gun. Sometimes you're gonna be playing a more long-range game with, you know, for example, the A94. Other times with the PDW, I'm playing more of a game where I'm comfortable with, up close and personal. Obviously, when I don't even have a gun, I'm playing a knife-only game, so that's pretty crazy too. I managed to get the turn on this guy, thank you. So it was very interesting. When I picked up that DSR ACOG in the last video, that was like, I don't even know what kind of game. That was just a stupid game. So you really have to be on point when using this. And so Christian, thanks a lot for sending this suggestion. When I first started Manic Monday, when I was first talking about it with my friends, this was the first class I thought of. I told them, I was like, you know what would be cool? If I just go around and just pick up weapons. So I'm glad I managed to do it. Hopefully you guys are satisfied with the video. Hey, make sure you check out Tight Tuesday tomorrow. Thanks a lot for watching. Love y'all.